Namjoon, raising an eyebrow. Is this a bad time? Jin, sing softly. Or the perfect one. Thong's eyes went wide like saucer. His heart started pounding. Appa, Humma? Namjoon gave him a nod, while Jin stepped forward and Cupid Tong six gently. We thought it was the time to visit our son and maybe see the man who made him blush like a schoolboy again. From inside the house, Jungkook appeared in the hallway, buzzing when he saw who it was. His eyes widened in slight panic. Jungkook under a bill. Oh no. Namjoon firmly. Relax, Yeon Jungkook. We are not here to fight. Jin smirking. Unless you are planning to hurt our kid again. Thong laid his parents aside with no emotion on his face. Jungkook stood silently by the corner, unsure whether he should leave the room or stay. Thong sat down slowly on the couch across from Namjoon and Jin. Thong quietly, what brings you here now? After all this year? His voice cracked slightly. Namjoon sighing. We just want to say sir. Thong cutting him off. For what? You left me at the Atla, pregnant, alone. You looked at me in my eyes and walked away because I refused to give up on Jungkook and our baby. Well, I was a fool for thinking Jungkook will ever choose me. But do you know what that felt like? Jin's eyes welled with tears instantly. Thong, we thought we were doing what was the best for you. We were scared of the word, of the shame. Thong bitterly. Shame? I was carrying your grandchild. Oma, I was in love. I was finally choosing myself, and all I needed was my parents by my side. Namjoon looked down with care. There hasn't been a single day we didn't regret it, but we thought you hated us. We didn't know if we even had the right to come back into your life. Jungkook remained by the doorway, face clenching at his side. He was strong without you, but he deserved your love, not your silence. I was away, but at least, as his parents, you should have stayed by his side. Thong looked between the three of them. Thong, voice shaking. I cried alone. I gave birth alone. I raised our son alone. Do you know how painful it was watching other people have their families by their side while mine abandoned me because I loved someone you didn't approve of? Jean got on her knees in front of him, sobbing. I'm sorry, my baby. I was wrong. We were so wrong. Please let us make it right. Let me meet Jesu. Let us be the part of your life again. Let us be the part of your happiness. Now that you are finally having it. Thong blinked away his tears. He felt Jungkook slowly sit beside him, gently taking his hand in his. Jungkook, it's your call, Tae. You decide. I'm right here. Thong looked down at his and Jungkook's intertwined fingers, then up at his parents, older, more fragile. I don't know if I am ready to forgive you, but Shinsu deserved to know his grandparents. Just don't expect me to forgive you. Jin nodded through his tears while Namjoon whispered, we will earn it, no matter how long it takes. There was a long pause after Thong's acceptance to let them meet Shinsu. Thong, calm but cold. But I want to know something. Why now? After all these years? Why show up at my doorstep after missing the birth of your grandchild, after abandoning me on my wedding day with Hyunwoo just because I refused to marry and was pregnant with Jungkook's child? Jungkook looked down, chin shifted uncomfortably. We saw the news about Suzy, everything you went through, and we realized how much we failed you. We weren't there when you needed us, and we know an apology won't be enough. Thong, bitter laugh. Then don't expect one to fix it. You broke something inside me that day. I stood in front of hundreds, ready to give up everything, and you turned your back. I was pregnant, scared, and completely alone. Namjoon eyes filled with emotion, but then his voice grew firmer. But you forgive him, didn't you, Jungkook? The one who left you again and again. The one who never looked back until now. Why does he get another chance but not we? Taeyong's expression darkened. He glares once at Jungkook before turning to his parents. Forgive him? He scoffed. You think I forgive Jungkook? No, we are not together. He is living here because Jinsu wants him here, because my son has yearned for his father for years, and if giving him that means sacrificing my comfort, then I am ready to sacrifice it. I have been sacrificing since the day you left me. This is just one more thing. He took a deep breath, holding back the sting in his chest. Jungkook thought I got married. He thought I had a family. He didn't know the truth because his mother, just like you two, manipulated everything, lied to him, made sure he never found each other. And no, that doesn't excuse him. I don't hate him, but I don't like him either. He always chose everyone over me. Always. The room fell into silence again. Jungkook looking at the floor, ashamed. Namjoon eyes softened with understanding. Finally, seeing the truth behind his son's pain. Namjoon gently. Then we will stand where you put us down, even if it's far away. But let us stand there as your parents. Let us earn your back trust, and maybe one day your forgiveness. Taeyong didn't respond right away. He looked away, blinking back the storm in his eyes. Jungkook reached out a hand on his shoulder, silently, no longer defending himself, just supporting. Taeyong, after a moment, voice low, made Jinsu be good to him. He deserves love from the people who failed me, but don't come here expecting a second chance with me. You lost that long ago. Jin let out a small quiet sob, but nodded. Namjoon only whispered, "Thank you," as if even the painless permission was more than he deserved. The house was quiet. Jinsu had gone to sleep after spending a surprisingly warm evening with his grandparents. Taeyong sat on the edge of the bed, staring at the floor, lost in the showers. The door cracked open gently and Jungkook entered, closing it behind him. He didn't say anything at first, just stood there, watching Taeyong's breath. Jungkook softly, "Are you okay?" Taeyong tried laugh. "You really want the honest answer, John?" Jungkook didn't flinch. He walked closer, sitting at the edge of the bed, keeping a respectful distance. "I don't want to assume anything anymore. I just want to know what's on your mind." Taeyong turned his head, eyes heavy, voice low. "I feel tired, Jungkook. So damn tired of people coming back to my life when it's convenient. From them after breaking me, shattering my peace, and then asking for a second chance." Jungkook nodded, swallowing the lump in his throat. "I know I am the one of them." Taeyong, "No, you are the first one." That hit hard. Jungkook looked away with care. "Do you know what it felt like being pregnant with someone's child and still being told I was running their life, that I should disappear quietly so their future wouldn't be ruined?" Jungkook whispering, "I didn't know that. I swear if I did." Cutting him off. "But you didn't ask. You didn't fight for me. You believed what they told you. Moreover that, I called you and you hung up the call. That was the call. I was about to tell you everything. But you heard my voice and hung up on my face. Was it appropriate for you, after telling me that night in the room, that you see me as someone whom you will cherish your whole life? But when it was time to stand for this love, you backed away. Why, Jungkook?" Jungkook couldn't able to hold the eye contact. The pain in Taeyong's eyes is unreadable. I seriously don't know how to say and what to say, because I know I was a fool to get manipulated by my mother. She just told me you moved on. You are getting married, and you knew you are getting married. Still played with my feeling, my heart. Your marriage was already fixed. Still, you decided to play your little game with me." He sighed. "For me, it looked like you two played with my heart when I told you I see you as someone special. I thought you knew you are getting married. Still got intimate with me, cheating on the person with whom you are getting married. I thought you were wrong, but I didn't know it was a game of manipulation. I didn't know you had no idea about your marriage. It was fixed as instant as you guys got home. I thought you are not a good person, But when it was the day of your wedding, when they told me you are promising someone alive, you are getting married, I ran to you. But I was late, too late. You had already had bouquet in your hand, wedding dress on your frame, eyes teary. I never knew those tears were from forced marriage. I thought it's because you are leaving your parents forever. That's what make you cry. Jimin Young didn't mention anything to me. He just told me he promised you that he can't tell me anything. It was my fault. I didn't pick up the call. Being egoistic has now brought us here on the verge of breaking apart again. I will not ask for a second chance anymore. I will not ask for forgiveness. Forgive me because I know I am the wrong one and the only person who does not deserve you is me. And I will never deserve you, Tong. I am just here for our kids. Please don't snatch that right from me. I am broken too. I need them. I need to see them smile. I need to play with them. Please don't tell me to do not have any contact with our kids because I wouldn't be able to survive. I have already lost you. I don't want to lose them either. I beg you to let me stay here with kids. I promise I won't bother you in anything. In fact, I would love if you move on. If you find someone better, I will be fine. Tears rolling down from his eyes. I will be happy if you find someone who will not be coward, not a weak person like me. Tong gulped hard. He couldn't hold his tears anymore as they slipped down. Jungkook suddenly kneeled in front of him, holding his hand. Don't forgive me, but don't push me away, at least until you find a better person to love. I will leave after you find a person to love. I swear I will not bother you again. Neither will I stop you to find someone else. Neither I will ask you to forgive me. Not even a second chance, because I know I don't deserve any chance in your life. But still, let me stay until you find someone better. Jungkook's eyes filled with moisture, but he didn't let them fall. I know I don't deserve your forgiveness, but I see how everything I lost, everything I rented, and I am not asking for your love. I just want a chance to be beside you. However, you will let me until you got a better person to love. Please use me however you want. Closed his eyes, fatty tears falling on those words. A long silence followed. Tong softly. I don't know what to say. He got up and walked to the window, pulling the curtains slightly, the moonlight reflecting off his tear-filled eyes. But for my kids, I can at least let you stay. They deserve both of their parents' love. I don't want them to grow up without having a father beside them because I know how harsh it feels to not have your parents beside you. He wiped his tear, still not looking at Jungkook direction, who was curiously watching him. Jinsu wants you near. I won't stand in that way. Just don't expect me to be the same Tong you left behind. Jungkook gets up and wiped his tears. He smiles a little. I don't. I like this Tong. He is strong and brave. Tong didn't respond, but he didn't tell him to leave either. And in the silence, something fragile remained unresolved, but not destroyed. The sun had just begun to rise. The house was still silent. Tong stood at the counter, pouring himself a cup of coffee. The circle under his eyes shone he hadn't sipped much. The faint sound of footsteps behind him made him sigh. Tong, without turning. You don't sleep, do you? Jungkook softly. Neither do you. Tong turned it just slightly, watching Jungkook lean against the door frame in an oversized hoodie and sweatpants. He looked so good that in that cloth and his morning face. So familiar, too familiar. Tongue biting. You should try to make this feel like home. It's important when you are going to stay here for kids. Jungkook saw tightening, but he nodded. Jungkook, I know. I missed you. And I hate that I don't know how to stop. Tong scoffed, turning around fully to face him now. You don't get to say that like it means something, Jungkook. You missed me? When? when you were standing on the stage accepting awards, or when you were standing next to Susie, holding her hand, smiling quietly. Those moments meant nothing, Tong. They mean everything to me. They were the proof that I was unwanted, replaced. Jungkook took a small step forward. You were never unwanted. I was just too much of a coward to fight back, to ask the right question, to trust you over them. Young was trembled with pain and rage. You let them tear us apart, and now you think standing here saying you're sorry is enough? Jungkook low. No, it's not enough, but it's all I have. Silence again. Only the tickling clock and me here. Tong looked away, eyes glistening. Tong. Then you will have to live with when you broke something you can't fix. Jungkook. Aching. I live with that every single day. He turned it to Luba stopper at the doorstep. And I will keep living with it if it means I can stay close, even if you never forgive me. Tong had turned it to him in rage. Forgive you is not possible in any extent. Jungkook turned it again to face him. I know. He lowered his head when he saw anger in Tong's eyes. I am not here to ask for forgiveness. Maybe one day you will do it by yourself. I can just hope. Anyway, I was going to make breakfast. Do you want something? He grabbed his courage and walked back to the kitchen, Tong bitterly. If it's made by you, I would rather drink poison than having it. The word hit sharp, Jungkook and froze mid-stretch. He turned slowly to look at Tong, eyes darkening with mix of anger and hurt. Without saying a word, he stood to him and pressed his palm gently and firmly over Tong's lips, shutting his mouth. Jungkook, voice low and tense. Don't you see? I will never let that happen. Your life isn't yours anymore, remember? He leaned in closer, breaths coasting over Tong's cheek. We have kids now. We have our kids. Tong breathed. Those words said deeper, curling in his stomach like heat. We have kids. His eyes flickered with something unreadable, a flash of the night they created life together, tangled in silk shit, cast shattered, heart pounding in rhythm. He was so caught up, he didn't realize Jungkook's hand was reaching his waist. But his hand accidentally nugged the cup on the edge of the counter. The hot coffee spilled, flashing onto Tong's foot. Tong, hissing, pulling away. Ha! Both snapped out of their daze. Jungkook is widening. Jungkook, shit, you okay? Tong winced and tried to step back, but his foot throbbed. Jungkook didn't let him. Instead, Jungkook wrapped his arm around Tong's waist, lifting him effortlessly and placing him on the kitchen counter. Eyes full of concern, he quickly yanked off his own t-shirt and dropped it on his knee, gently wiping the spilling coffee off Tong's foot with the soft fabric. Tong stares down at him. Jungkook, shirtless, kneeling, muscles flexing, as he moved carefully, frowning in focus. The worry on his face, raw, honest. Tong's lips parted slightly, his chest rose and fell with shallow breaths. The air between them grew heavy, tempting, intimidating, cautious, dangerous. Tong, barely a whisper. You don't have to. Jungkook without looking up. Yes, I did. He finally looked up, their eyes met, both breathing unevenly. Their past, their hurt, their history, and that undeniable pull. It was all there. Jungkook didn't speak a word. His eyes never left Tong. With gentleness, he slid his palm back around Tong's waist, lifting him up again like he was nothing fragile, something precious, and carried him to the sink. Tong's arms circled around Jungkook's neck, his breath catching their bodies pressed, chest nearly touching. The scent of Jungkook's skin, warm, familiar, unbreakingly intimate, flooded the scene. Tong softly, Jungkook. But Jungkook only looked at him. Turning on the water tap, he looked at Tong, if trying to memorize the way his lips moved when he said his name. The sound of running water filled the silence, soft and steady. The cold water hit Tong's burning skin and he let out a sob beneath his fingers tightening around Jungkook's neck. Tong, trembling slightly, its sting Jungkook gently lifts near his ear. I know I am here, rely on me, Tae. His arm never left Taeyong's waist, holding him firm. Taeyong buried his face against Jungkook's shoulder briefly, his breath warm against Bear's skin, his heartbeat thudding between them. When he finally looked up again, Jungkook was already watching him. Their faces were close, so close that their forehead pressed, so close they could feel each other, every breath, every buzz, every tremble. The water still ran, forgotten. The water tap was still tickling softly as Thong sat on the counter, his legs dipped in the sink, water easing the sting of the burn, and Jungkook pulled away, returning this time with a small box in his hand. Jungkook softly, let me see. He kneeled down again. He gently pulled Tong's foot from the water, cradling it like it was made of glass. Tong tensed, lips parting slightly at the contact. Jungkook's fingers were warm. His touch sent tingles as he tapped the soft cloth gently, trying the skin. Tong, you don't have to. Jungkook cutting him gently. I want to, he said honestly. The ointment was cool on Tong's skin, but the burn in his chest was what truly hurt. Jungkook's finger moved slowly, carefully, spreading the cream across the red patch. Tong's breath issued when a thumb pressed too close, lingering just longer enough to draw a suppressed shiver from him. Their eyes locked. Tong's throat bobbed. His fingers curled around the edge of the sink for control. He let it the pull, the tension, the storm rising in his chest. Jungkook saw it too. He smiled faintly, the kind of smile someone gave when they realize they still have the place in your heart. Still on his knees, Jungkook thumb gently traced the edge of Taeyong's ankle, as if memorizing it. He looked up at Taeyong like he was seeing a dream again after losing it once. Jungkook barely above whisper. You! Silence screamed louder than your anger, and I still heard it. Tongues just rose. There's a war going on, fighting and firing, fearing, of resisting and yearning. Jungkook finally stood, but slowly, like time itself had slowed down. His hand slid gently up Taeyong's leg, up to his knee, then brushed the side of his waist as he rose. Their eyes never parted. Jungkook's chest brushed against Taeyong's knee. Their faces were close again, breathing the same air, seeing the same storm in each other's gaze. Jungkook's body was so close now, close enough for Taeyong to feel his warm keep seep into his skin. He did step back. Taeyong's lips trembled, even landing on Jungkook's mouth for too long. One breath, one more heartbeat, and everything was about to change. Taeyong barely audible, tone, but his voice was nothing more than a whisper, trying to fight against the storm. Jungkook softly, I won't, unless you want me. Taeyong brows drew together, pain and yearning battling in his eyes. His lips were parted, breath uneven. He didn't pull away. Instead, his hand gripped the back of Jungkook's neck, clutching hair with his fingers. And Jungkook leaned in, slow, deliberate, eyes on Taeyong the entire time, giving him every chance to move away. But Taeyong didn't. He did his head just slightly, and their lips touched, soft and hesitant. Jungkook had moved to cradle the back of Taeyong's neck, pulling him just a little closer, deepening the kiss. Taeyong responded in kind, his finger tightening around Jungkook's neck, as thought assuring himself it wasn't rushed, it was lustful, it was a confession, a vow kissed tender, a home they had once lost and now found again through broken pieces. When they pulled away breathless, their foreheads resting together, Jungkook hoarsely, I missed you, every version of you, even this one you hated. Taeyong swallowed, a tear seeping down his cheek. He didn't even realize had fallen. Taeyong whispering, don't make me fall again, if you are not going to catch me. And just as Jungkook leaned in again to kiss his tear from his cheek, Jinsu, Appa, with froze. Taeyong quickly wiped his face, pushing slightly against Jungkook's chest. Jungkook took a slow step back, composing himself. Jinsu stood there with a bunny slipper, holding a tub of ice cream. Jinsu, Aruka is done being weird in the kitchen. I wanted to ice cream. With you both. Jungkook chuckled under his breath. Taeyong bit his lower lip, avoiding his son's curious eyes. You didn't say anything. Jisoo. Yeah, just saw you guys kissing. Taeyong's mouth hung open. Jungkook smiling. Come on, buddy, let's have the midnight ice cream. As they walked to the living room, Jinsu held his parents' hand and plopped it down between them on the couch. Cartoon played on the screen, but neither of Jungkook or Taeyong could focus. Their eyes met, staring glasses. Slightly, the kissing seemed repeating in their head again and again. Jinsu leaned back, resting his head on both of their shoulders, and for the first time in a long, it felt like the family again. Jinsu sat next to Jimin, an old wooden bench under the tree, his fingers wiggling with the hem of his hoodie. Jinsu quietly, Uncle Jimin, how can I make them love each other again? I just want them to get married, to be happy together, like before. Jimin exhaled slowly, watching the children playing few feet away. Love isn't always about trying harder, Jinsu. Sometimes it's about healing first. Jungkook is ready. He really is. I have seen it. He is willing to give everything to this relationship now. But your mom, he has been hurt so many times. He doesn't have the strength to forgive it. Jisoo was furious, but dad didn't know. He thought mom was married and happy. He didn't want to disturb him. Grandma, she lied to him. She made him believe mom has moved on. Jimin gently, and that's true. It wasn't his fault then, but he should have listened to Taeyong when Taeyong gave him a call. But that wasn't enough. It was later when they found out the truth. When he learned your mom never gave married, that he had a son. He still lived. That part, Jinsu, that was his fault. Jinsu, head dropped. Why? Why did he leave when he knew the truth? Jimin, because he was still lost, controlled for a long time by lies, by guilt, by fear. He needed time to find himself before he could give himself to anyone. Your mom, he understood that. Even though he was hurting, he didn't stop him. He let him go because real love sometimes means letting someone learn how to love properly. Jungkook promised a lovely love story once he returned back, but obstacle made things worse. Taeyong got framing of trying to hurt Jungkook's mother. I'm happy that Jungkook stood beside him, took his side, and he revealed the truth and the CCTV footage. Still, that wasn't their destiny to play with them, that it added more salt on their wound. When they were almost happy, cause measured their happiness, added Suzy and Soyeon in the story. I heard what she did. She tried to frame you in the case of trying to hurt her daughter, and she returned Jungkook. If he doesn't want you to see behind the bars, he have to stay with them. Agree to always be by their side. Suzy is selfish woman. She always wanted his love, but never got anything more than his head. And Taeyong, he was left alone again until Jungkook found out the truth about what exactly happened it between you and Suzy. He didn't get the CCTV footage, tried to ask Zoe if she is lying. She always said only one thing, she isn't lying. Jinsu pushed me. That pissed Jungkook off. Every time he gets the CCTV footage news, unluckily it gets erased by the unknown person. That's why it took him long to reveal the truth. Jungkook wanted to meet Felix, Soyeon's real dad, but he didn't get the chance. Felix was on his mission for a month. He returned back, bound it, and they didn't let Jungkook meet him. Jungkook was trying hard to do everything to prove you innocent and get out of that relationship, but he couldn't. He was trapped by the obstacle. I really pity him. Since the birth, he never get to see the real family and happiness is. He always got controlled. Jinsu, isn't that unfair? Jimin, smiling faintly. It is. Love isn't always fair, but it's real. And that's why your mom is scared. He fears. If he forgive again, he will be left all over again. Jinsu's eyes welled up with tears. He was so young, but he understood the pain. Jinsu whispering. Everyone blamed mom. They said He tried to kill Grandma, but it was a lie, wasn't it? Jimin nodded. She threw herself in front of the truck because she couldn't bear the thought of losing control. And now Karma found her. She can't even walk anymore. She destroys so many lives. But sure, Mom, he still stands tall. That's the kind of person Thong is. Jin's weapon is sick, smile. Then I will make him believe again. I will remind him how much Dad loves him. He deserves to be happy too. Jimmy placed a gentle hand on the boy's shoulder. Then you will be the hope they both need, Jinsu. Soft hum of cartoons still played in the background. Jinsu, how fast slept on the couch, curled between his parents. Tong stood to take the empty bowl to the kitchen while Jungkook got up to adjust the blanket over his son. Just then doorbell rang. Jungkook frowned. It was nearly midnight. Who could it be? He walked over and opened the door, only to freeze in shock. There she was, Mrs. John, pale, frail, wrapped in a shawl, sitting stiffly in the wheelchair, eyes sharp despite being hospitalized for months now. Behind her stood the young nurse holding a bag full of medication and hospital reports. Jungkook coldly, what the hell is she doing here? His voice was whisper, afraid that it was or make his son up. Hands colored into fist at his side. Nurse calmly. She's been discharged this evening. Mr. John, the hospital said she only had one registered emergency contact, her son. That's you. Jungkook took a step back. No one informed me. No one asked if she was welcome here. Nurse. She has nowhere else to go. Her condition required home care and the hospital isn't labeled for long-term stay. She needs room, medical care and her son. That's all she has left. The nurse stepped in, gently rolling the wheelchair powered into the house despite Jungkook's unmoving frame. From the door, Dong appeared from the hallway, eyes narrowed the second. She had nearly destroyed his life, yet she had the audacity to come here, in his home. He was about to open his mouth, but just then an idea popped in his mind, and he smiled. Mrs. John's lip curled into a smile. Such a cozy home. I assume you decorated it, Young. You always had questionable taste. Your taste is amazing. She suggested as Jungkook, shut up, Mom. The nurse awkwardly handed over the clear Ziploc folder of prescription, X-ray, and paste cloth. These are her reports and medications. She will need help taking her pills, physical therapy twice a week, and monitoring the blood pressure. Jungkook didn't even look at the folder, still glaring at the woman in the wheelchair. She tried to destroy my family. She doesn't belong here. Nurse, that's maybe, but as far as the word says it, she is your mother, and she has nowhere else to go. With a final bow, the nurse stepped out, leaving Jungkook holding the bag of pills, standing in the middle of the living room, like someone had punched him. Dog didn't say anything. He simply stood near the hallway, hand pressed against the wall. The scene with the smirk. Mrs. Yon looked around the room, like she owned it all. Mrs. Yon softly, well, it's nice to be home again. And for the moment, everything went silent. Jungkook finally turned, slowly walking toward the hallway, tossing the reports onto the coffee table. His voice hoarse, with recent dismay. She doesn't belong here. I know they, believe me, I will not let her bother you. Dong didn't move. He just looked at him with unreadable eyes. Where she will go,